C of O, Governor's Consent, Gazette, Excision. What exactly do this term means? I mean, how am I supposed to differentiate which is which? When it comes to buying land in Nigeria, the best thing to check first is the title. And if you don't know what title is what, how do you tell if you are being scammed or if what they are giving is legit? I am Jenny of La Vida, and in this video I'm going to be telling you about the 4 most common types of land titles we have in Nigeria. The first land title I'll be talking about is the most popular land title in Nigeria, and that's because it is very common. In fact, if you're Nigerian, there's a pretty good chance you've heard about this title before, and that is the Certificate of Occupants, otherwise called the C of O. Quite a lot of people, when looking to buy land, think that's the only type of land title we have in Nigeria, but that's not the only type. It's just the most popular type of land title. And the C of O is basically a document which is issued by the state government to an applicant to lease a land to the applicant for 99 years. Hold up, let me explain. So prior to the 1978 Land Use Act of Nigeria, all land previously belonged to the natural settlers. That means the indigenes of the land owned the land. But after the Land Use Act of 1978, all lands were given to the state government. So when you buy a land, you still have to go to the government to lease that same land. And the government will lease it to you for a period of 99 years. It's your land. It's not like they're going to take it from you anytime. No, it won't be taken from you. It's your land. So the government will lease it to you for 99 years. That's what the document will state. And after 99 years, you can always renew and renew. The next title I'll be talking about is a very important title because it is a root title. And when I say root title, it is quite important. In fact, if you have this document and you don't have your C of O, you are still very good to go. But I do recommend that you get your C of O, even if the land you buy have this title. This title is called the Deed of Assignment. So the Deed of Assignment is a document that shows the transfer of interest and ownership of a land from a seller to a buyer. So it's a legal document that shows the transaction that records that, oh yeah, this person bought land from this person. That means the seller ceased to be the owner and the buyer starts to become the new owner. So that's basically what the Deed of Assignment is all about. And if you have Deed of Assignment, of course you can go ahead and process your C of O. The next title I'll be talking about is Gazette and Excision. If you want to buy a land, you might be checking and surfing for what land to get, and sometimes you would see them put the land title as Gazette and some will put Excision. This basically means the same thing. Let me explain what Gazette is, then I'll explain what Excision is, then you'll be able to understand what Gazette and Excision means. Before we continue, could you just pause for a moment and give us a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel? Gazette is an official record where all government special details are recorded, and this also includes land. So it is like a document where the government records that, right, this part of land has been given to this person. This part of land has been excised to this community. Now let me explain Excision. Excision simply means cutting. It simply means cutting part of something, and in this sense what it means is the government, which is the state government, which owns all of the land, is cutting a part of the land which they own back to the indigenous owner. Just like I said, the Land Use Act of 1978 meant that the state government owns all of the land. So now the process of excision is the government cutting back a portion of that land back to the indigenous communities that are settled in that part of the land for them to use for residential and commercial purposes. And that is basically what it means. So any land that has Gazette and Excision as a title, what they are trying to tell you is that the government has given this part of land in which it owns to us, or the government has given it to the indigenes, then the indigenes are now selling it to the developers, which might now be selling it to whoever wants to buy. Or it may not even be that way, it may just be the indigenes themselves selling directly to you. So that's what Excision and Gazette mean. The fourth type of title we have is the Governor's Consent. And what does this mean? It's quite easy. When somebody buys a land and does certificate of occupants for the land, if he wishes to transfer the interest of the land, what I mean is sell it to another person, he has to get the governor's consent to be able to transfer the ownership. So it can now be recorded that the new buyer now owns the land. So that's basically what governor's consent is. And when you see a land that they tell you title is governor's consent, that means a C of O has been done on the land, and for them to transfer the interest, they have to report with the government of the state and collect a governor's consent to be able to transfer the ownership. And if the person with governor's consent wants to sell, what he has to do is to get another governor's consent to transfer, and it just keeps going on and on and on like that. So that's what governor's consent means. Thank you for watching up until this point of the video. As a bonus, I'll be talking about a title in which they call a title, but it's not actually a title, and that is freehold. You will see some land advertisements where they tell you the title of the land is freehold. Well, in reality, there is no title as freehold in Nigeria. Freehold is not recognized as a title. But what freehold actually means is the land is free from government acquisition. But this is my tip for you. I'm not saying freehold lands are bad. They are not bad. In fact, in the Ekpe area of Lagos, where lands are selling at amazingly cheap price, I won't even say cheap, they are just very affordable. At affordable prices, most of the titles there is freehold. It will be very, very hard to find Gazette, Excision, or C of O. So most of the titles you find in those type of areas is freehold. But this is what it means. Freehold simply means it is free from government acquisition. That is what it means. So my advice to most people that want to buy freehold type of land is to go and make their own findings. I mean, they will tell you title is freehold and survey. So once you get to this survey, you ask for the survey plan. Then you can go and fact check it at the state office or the Surveyor General's office of the state to be sure that where you are buying is not a committed land. So that's basically always my advice to people who want to buy freehold property. If you are looking to buy land and they have any of these titles, I'm not saying once you see C of O, just go and buy it because it is C of O. You still have to make your own due diligence. I'm not saying because it's governor's consent, no due diligence. Everything you have to make your due diligence. And one very good way to make your own finding is to go to the State House or the Surveyor General's office. Get the survey. If you go to the Surveyor General's office, there you can see all the information on the land. You can get a surveyor to do that for you, and if you can do that yourself, it's alright. You can also go there. They should allow you to see because you want to buy. So you make your own findings and find out what they say the land is what it is. Because some companies will put Excision and Gazette as the title, whereas the Excision and the Gazette is in process, which means they've not fully gotten that title. It's still in process, but they are just hoping they'll get it, and even before they get it, they're already selling. So it's best to make your own findings even after they tell you what the title is. Thank you for watching once again up until this point, and if you have any question regarding land titles in Nigeria, or there's something you would like to ask, just drop it in the comment section and I'll be sure to reply. I remain Yeni of La Vida, and also this is the last request in which I want to make. Please like and subscribe to the channel right now. This helps with the algorithm and it helps us to grow our reach at La Vida's Properties. So please, we would really appreciate if you like and subscribe.